Bigelow Mountains, here I come. Good, beautiful morning, everybody. Heading out on trail from Maine's Route 27 after spending an evening at the Hostel of Maine in celebration of reaching the 2,000 mile marker yesterday. Hostel of Maine was definitely one of the hostels that I look forward to staying at. I actually almost accidentally passed it by. And when I ran into my buddy Carl, aka Kronos, yesterday, he had mentioned, hey, it's right up the road. So decided to pop off there, do some celebrating, and didn't really know what amenities were available close to it. And as it turned out, very limited restaurants. Some were closed early in the week and everything. So had a proper lunch with some frozen DiGiorno pizza, which anyone knows, someone who's been out for a couple days, it is really good pizza. And then they were kind enough to go into town later that evening to pick up some takeout from a local restaurant. So that was pretty awesome. And real nice accommodations there. Like I've mentioned several times, all the hostels are operating under safe guidelines. So, you know, each one has their own set of rules, and we, class of 2020, we happily follow along and support those hostels who've reopened for the class of 2020. Headed towards the Bigelow mountain ranges, two 4,000 footers, last two 4,000 footers before getting to Mount Katahdin. That is the goal for the day, and I got my work cut out for me. A lot of people saying that it's going to be a little bit of a challenge to get through those. It would be like 15 miles to get to the other side of where I want to go. Not sure if I can do it. My left knee's been nagging me a little bit again, and you know, sometimes the more I move, the better it feels, and sometimes it's the opposite. So I've got it strapped on with my brace like I normally do, and hopefully it won't fall off along the way. We have some bad weather coming towards us tomorrow. Potentially a few inches of rain. I've been looking at it, and it's coming. So a huge front's going to be moving in. And I'd really love to be over the Bigelows and not do those in the rain and the wet, of course, with the leaves. So push north, everybody. Beautiful day. Let's get this done. Moving towards Katahdin, everyone. Here we go. Horns Pond view, everybody. Mile 2009.6. Check out this epic view. You may not be able to tell from up here on this rock outcrop, but that water in that pond is absolutely crystal clear. I can see all the way to the bottom from way up here on these rock ledges. This is one of the Horns Pond lean-tos at mile 2009.9. This is the day use area lean-to that was actually built in 1936. And this area also features 2 other lean-tos that you can actually camp in. Horns Pond, everybody. This is the pond that we were just looking at from the top of the rock ledges. Water's crystal clear. I'm going to grab some for the trail. A view from Bigelow South Peak, mile 2010.4. Wind gusts are pretty strong up here. And I'm headed in that direction right there. Bigelow West Peak, and just beyond it, Bigelow Avery Peak. They're the 2 4,000 footers that I'm looking to get in today. A view from the ascent of West Bigelow Peak. Spectacular, everyone. View from the summit of Bigelow Mountain West Peak. Elevation 4,150 feet. Moving on to Bigelow Avery Peak, dead ahead, and then in the distance, slightly off to the right-hand side, is Little Bigelow. I'm going to try to make it past Little Bigelow, but I got a lot of ground, a lot of terrain to cover before then. In all honesty, everybody, I would consider this Maine's version of Franconia Ridge, and with the epic water features on the left-hand side, I would almost say Maine has the win. Now you can't see it through here, it's just on the other side. Here's that view off to the west. And I would definitely give Maine the edge for the comparison to Franconia Ridge. Sorry folks, just an opinion. Quick look at the caretaker's cabin here at the Bigelow Coal campsite, mile 2012.8. There is no water at this location, or I should say it's dried up at this location, so I'm going to keep pushing forward past Bigelow Avery. And on the other side of that, there is a campsite at the base of that mountain on the north side that supposedly has good water. That's going to be my first option to stay for the night. However, I would like to get past Little Bigelow and on to Little Bigelow Lean-to area. I'm not sure it's going to happen. I'm not sure if I have enough time, mainly because I have stuff like this in front of me. Fun. A view from Bigelow Avery Peak, elevation 4,088 feet. There's a beautiful look at Little Bigelow right ahead of me. That's my ultimate goal for the day. I'm not really sure if I'm going to make it. Kind of running out of daylight. Okay, everybody, stopped into the Safford Notch campsite, and I almost dropped anchor there. It's getting later in the day. It's 6 o'clock. The sun is dropping like a rock. But that would have only given me 10.4 miles for the day. Not bad mileage, considering the hostel couldn't get us to the trailhead until 9 o'clock this morning. A little bit later than when Spurs and I wanted to get started. But Bigelow's put up a little bit of a fight, plus enjoying the views, everyone. But it's getting later in the day. I am pushing forward, and the ultimate goal would be Little Bigelow Lean-to, which is 4.8 miles out. I have no idea what kind of terrain I'm going to run into. I have to climb like another 800 feet back up to get on top of Little Bigelow and then down the other side. I did pick up plenty of water at the campsite, so if I need, or if I find an epic campsite before then, I'll be able to drop anchor, get set up, have enough water for my supper, and enough water to get me to the lean-to if I don't make it there today. So a lot of things still up in the air. Got my headlamp ready to rock. Leaves being on the ground, there's not many in this section right here, but they're really starting to come down, covering up the roots and the rocks, which of course leads to tripping and stumbling. But I've been doing that the whole trip. So still pushing forward, everybody. I'll check in a little bit and we'll see where the day brings me. Just trying to put a few more miles on the board. Love to get down the other side of Little Bigelow so I wouldn't have to worry about that in the rain tomorrow. All right, everybody, made it safely here to Little Bigelow Shelter. I'm actually going to set up in here tonight. Got some weather coming in. It's already starting to rain. And made it safely after some acrobatic activities getting here. I'll tell you guys more here in a couple minutes. Okay, everybody, I'm all set up in the Little Bigelow Lean-to, mile 2020.1. That's going to give me 15.3 miles for the day. Really happy with that, considering having the multiple 4Ks today. Made it through the Bigelows, including the descent down off of Little Bigelow, which is where I'm actually at right now. Absolutely spectacular views today. A little bit of tough terrain, you know, kind of on and off today. And the rain has already begun to move in. Apparently, the forecast is calling for potentially a couple of inches of rain tomorrow, so I'm going to see how things go, you know, with the rain that's coming in tomorrow. I don't have any signal here, so I can't check for an updated forecast. But sadly, with the increased temperatures today, we actually had temperatures here in probably the mid-70s here in Maine, and the rocks began to sweat so much up at elevation. So when I was coming down, not only did it begin to rain a little bit, but the rocks had already been greasy. So sadly, I fell a total of 4 times coming down off the mountain. Just couldn't believe it. And one time in the actual water source out here with the leaves and everything being wet with the rain moving in. So someone's definitely watching over me, because you know, somebody definitely had my back, but I just can't believe I fell a total of 4 times. So glad to have some of the higher elevation stuff behind me for a while, and going to be real careful when I head out tomorrow and try to keep moving here as I push towards Katahdin. So thanks everybody watching. Thanks everybody for watching Wild on a Trail. I am so tired right now. I'm really beat. Thanks everybody. I will talk to you tomorrow. Take care everybody. Good night.